Hello, this is the 19th hour of Revelation in world history. We have now finished Chapter 2. Following Chapter 1 of Revelation in world history. In Chapter 1, we mainly explained the creation of the Red Empire, Babylon and its shape. In Chapter 2, we learned about the rise and fall of this Red Empire. We learned that the Babylon that appears in the book of Jeremiah and book of Daniel of the Old Testament, and the Babylon that appears in the book of Revelation refer to the same object. In addition, it is historically proven that Babylon in the prophetic books refers to the Soviet Union. In this hour, we will start Chapter 3 and learn about the two-horned beast like a lamb, 666. Revelation and World History, Chapter 3. 666. Section 1. The two-horned beast like a lamb. To understand the reality of the revelation, we must know the true identity of the two beasts that appear there. One is the beast that came up out of the sea. The other is the identity of the beast that came up out of the earth with two horns. That is, the beast whose name is the number 666. Let's look at the words of Revelation chapter 13. Verse 11, Then I saw another beast, coming up out of the earth, and it had two horns like a lamb. And it spoke like a dragon. Verse 12, It exercises all the authority of the first beast before it, and causes the earth and its inhabitants to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Verse 13, It performs great signs, so much so that it makes fire come down from heaven on the earth, in the presence of men. Verse 14, It deceives those who dwell on the earth by the signs it had power to do in the presence of the beast, telling them to make an image to the beast, who had the wound by a sword and lived. Verse 15, It was given power to give life to the image of the beast, so that the image of the beast could speak, and cause all who would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. Verse 16, It causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads. Verse 17, It prevents anyone from buying or selling, except those who have the mark. The mark is the name of the beast or the number of its name. Verse 18, Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Revelation chapter 13, verses 11 to 18. The beast that came up out of the sea had 7 heads. The true identity of the 7-headed beast was discovered in the Soviet Union. From the time the Soviet Union was established until its dissolution, exactly 7 supreme rulers sat on the throne. Also, the Soviet Union was established in 1922, and lasted exactly 70 years, until its dissolution in 1991. The 10 horns were the Commonwealth of Independent States. The 10 new countries that would be created after the destruction of this beast nation, the Soviet Union. The text teaches us that the horns also mean kings. However, it is important to find out whether there are multiple kings who will arise from one country or multiple countries that exist at the same time. The beast coming up from the earth is a single beast with 2 horns. In other words, we need to find a nation with a history ruled by 2 powerful people. It exercises all the authority of the first beast before it, and causes the earth and its inhabitants to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Revelation chapter 13, verse 12. Judging from the fact that this beast exercises the authority of the first beast, and causes them to worship the first beast, we can see that it is a country that is very closely related to the first beast. If the first beast was the Soviet Union, We can guess that this country is one of the satellite countries of the Soviet Union. There is a reason why this beast was more notorious than the beast from the sea. That is, he caused all who did not worship the image to be put to death. And he prevented those who did not receive the mark on their right hand or forehead from buying or selling. 666 is also the most controversial part in the interpretation of the book of Revelation. Many people equate this 666 with the Antichrist. They interpret it as the Antichrist appearing in the end times, and the era of great tribulation will come. Depending on the interpretation, it was sometimes expressed in various movie forms. One of them is that a child with a mark corresponding to 666 somewhere on his head or body is born. And that child will grow up to become the Antichrist and open an era of terror to the entire world. The movie, The Omen, is also this type of movie. All of these interpretations stem from a misunderstanding of the text. The only clue to the identity of this beast is the number of its name, which is 666. If we summarize the lectures we have given so far in chapters 1 and 2, we can see the surprising fact that the description of the Babylonian Empire, recorded in the text of the prophecy, and the actual appearance of the Soviet Empire are exactly the same. Through this, it becomes clear that the prophecies about Babylon in the book of Revelation, Jeremiah, and Daniel are prophesying about the same history. We have confirmed the identity of the beast, with 7 heads and 10 horns, that rises from the sea. Among the 2 beasts that appear in chapter 13 of Revelation, it was the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union lasted for 70 years, and then disappeared. The 7 heads were the 7 supreme leaders of the Soviet Union. And the 10 horns are the Commonwealth of Independent States, which was newly established after the dissolution of the Soviet Union. In Revelation chapter 13, another beast appears. It is a beast, with 2 horns like a lamb, that comes up from the earth. The number of the name of that beast is the famous 666. In chapter 3 of Revelation and World History, we will reveal the identity of this 666. We ask for your interest and subscription. This was the Bible History School. Thank you very much.